Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Cumulocity Pathfinder Pitch. Today we have a long-term partner of Cumulocity with us, autosen. Rainer Schniedergass, who's working as a product manager for autosen since many years, will present us what autosen does and what they have developed through the many years of a successful partnership. They not only provide hardware, but are experts on the integration and really have a plug-and-play workflow implemented. And so, Rainer, please take it from here. Stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Yeah, my name is Rainer Schniedergass. I'm responsible for all the products of autosen. Why I'm here is our new journey since 2018. We are into the IoT game, and we asked ourselves how to connect industrial sensors to the cloud. And this is our offering since 2018. We built a gateway which is called IoT, and it's a combination of an IO-Link master with a mobile gateway with a SIM card inside and connected directly to Cumulocity Cloud. So, of course, we have all the dashboards we have in Cumulocity. You can see the data. You can, of course, export the reports and stuff like that. So we built our own customized dashboard, which I will show you later on a live demo. But the interesting part here is the gateway. It's IP65 industrial housing, so you don't or you can place it anywhere, also outside. You need a power supply, but then the interesting part is here you can directly connect any industrial sensor with the IO-Link technology, and you can now connect more than 30,000 different sensors from more than 500 vendors directly to the IoT, and the sensor will pop up automatically in your dashboard, and the dashboard will automatically be created. So what is IO-Link? I always describe it as the USB for industrial sensors. And normally you have a sensor which has a standard output of 4 to 20 milliamps or 0 to 10 volts, or a digital output like 0 volt or 24 volt, like on or off. But with IO-Link, now you have a lot of more information, and the sensor values will be sent to the master, which is the IO key here, in a digitized way, and so you get a lot of more information to use a plug-and-play approach. So as I said before, now we have more than 13,000 different sensor types from more than 500 manufacturers that are using these IO-Link technology. And you see it's Siemens, IFM, SIG, Beckhoff, Festo, a lot of more, Papal Fuchs, and so on, Waloff. And it's the only digitized standard in the industrial automation sensor environment. So we are still rising. A lot of sensors are already installed in the field. Now we have more than 70 million. And you see it's still rising. So the combination of IoT with IO-Link brings us the possibility to have this plug-and-play approach. I will show you later in the demo. You just need to connect the sensor, and that's the way. Power the IO key, connect any IO-Link sensor, log into the cloud, and then you are ready to go. And that brings us to the big advantage that you have high quality. So one-stop shop. You have end-to-end solution. You can connect the sensors. You get the cloud tenant, and the dashboard will be created automatically. So the setup, which normally takes sometimes days or even longer, now it takes roughly 30 minutes. The price is also acceptable because you don't need all the gateway and IT in between, and especially for the total cost of ownership is really small. So for a first proof of concept, or for a solution which is really scalable because everybody can install it, this is a good solution. We also have a white label possibility, and already have 3 bigger players that did the white label, like IFM, but also Deutsche Telekom and SMC, which is another vendor of process industrial technology. So here are some applications, as I told before. SMC, they have a specific application where they identify compressed air losses in combination with the IoT, and they created a special dashboard. They place it in the SMC cloud. Also IFM with, and they enhance their portfolio because they have a lot of different IO-Link sensors and now are able to connect them directly to the cloud. We also have a really nice application, just one example of a lot of different applications, but they are counting brake pads with OEE calculation. So this is also something that you can do with the IoT. Just place it in an industrial environment and get the data out of the on-prem solution without any effort and without any introducing in the IT system there. And another nice application where we measure temperature and humidity, but this is for insurance reason at a strawberry agriculture manufacturer. So since 2024, we have a new product that is called Minion. We are still using Cumulocity and the dashboard here, but now we have a battery-driven system. We have a sensor on top. Here, in this case, it's a vibration sensor. Then we have a small gateway, but also with a SIM card inside and a battery. Again, we have IP65 and IP67 housing. And this battery is built that it lasts 2 years if you use it in the standard configuration. So it's as large as a golf ball. So it's really small, and you can place it somewhere where normally industrial sensors can't be installed, or especially if you need a gateway and all the components. And the modularity is really interesting, because the really hard part is the gateway and the communication to bring it directly to the cloud, to connect it. That's a very complex part, as all of you might know. The more flexible part and more easy part, especially if you look into certification processes all around the world, is the sensor unit. And so we thought about long how to compromise between getting a lot of sensors, battery-driven, directly to the cloud, but don't need to do all the certification. And so we built something like a modular system here and platform. So at the moment, we have 4 different sensor heads. One is vibration temperature. The next one, the temperature and humidity. On radar for level, especially fill level. And we have a standardized adapter where you can place other 4 to 20 milliamp sensors. The vibration sensor is according to ISO 2816, and you can measure especially rotating equipment. Here are some key facts, which I will just show here. The next one is temperature humidity, where we measure temperature in the range between -20 and 80 degrees. And for example, this greenhouse application I showed before, which where the customer used the IoT before, now can be solved with this approach here, and it's even cheaper and easier to install. The radar sensor, it's especially for IBC containers to measure the fill level, because you can place a radar and glue it directly on the plastic head of the IBC or of a tank, and then you can measure the fill level. And then we have the 4 to 20 milliamp signal, where you can retrofit different types of sensors with 4 to 20 milliamps input. Also, we have this plug-and-play approach. You can connect the sensor as a first step, connect the battery, log into your cloud, and get the same dashboard, which is also created automatically. The price is even smaller than with the IoT. Now we have 250 euros instead of the 400, where you need to include the sensor. And here it's cheaper. The installation also takes less than 30 minutes, and you have the same quality because everything comes from autosen, from one vendor. Here we have some applications. On top here you might see, you can't see the Minion. but it's installed, and we are monitoring high-performance cable car ropes. That's a really nice application. So here on top, it's battery-driven, and we are measuring the force which is on the cables there. Another application, rotating equipment with a vibration sensor. There we have Meyerlink ventilator. We are measuring condition-based the industrial ventilators. So they have really valuable ventilators which are measuring high temperatures. And they are doing something like a prediction when the system is getting unhealthy, and then they can plan their service. And so another really interesting application is the monitoring of unauthorized entry of dampers or access doors. Especially here in the field, there are some doors which are not closed with some keys or something, which everybody can get access to. They want to monitor if someone is entering there, and so we are using the vibration sensor as an inclination sensor. Someone is entering the gate, then we will raise an alarm in the cloud. And another application in the radar field, the monitoring of the IPC fill level, where we just measure the fill level. Yeah, so now we can go into the live demo. Let me switch here. So I will connect here a laser sensor from autosen, but it will also work with another sensor from another vendor. As I said before, we have 500 different vendors which are using this protocol. And now we need to wait for roughly 1 minute. And if I now reload here, you see there is a new sensor. And if I click on it, you will see here we have the sensor, and we have the sensor as a picture here. So this is one of 50,000 sensors that will be created there automatically, and the dashboard is also created automatically. So there's nothing programmed in before, because the driver describes the sensor. Now we have all this meta information to have the right scaling between 25 and 330 millimeters, to have the right scaling and the widget, and we can place it automatically, and that will be created in the background. And so for the customer, it's really easy to install, and you have directly insights of the different devices.
That's the time to thank you for the presentation, and it was a pleasure receiving some more insights and what you guys are doing. And
yes, thanks for having me and giving me the opportunity to present. And always a pleasure to meet you guys from Cumulocity. And if you have any further question or any contacts, please let me know.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, thanks a lot, colleagues, everyone. Goodbye.
Thanks, Rainer. Take care.
Vielen Dank, Rainer. Ciao, ciao.